Hey everyone! So, every great piece of software we use today, it's built in a factory, but not a physical one with smokestacks and all that. We're talking about a digital one, the CI/CD pipeline. It's the automated assembly line that turns our code into the apps we can't live without. But here's the thing, this critical factory is so often the most overlooked part of our security defenses. So today, let's explore how to fortify it. And let's just kick things off with the stakes here, because honestly, they could not be higher. This single statement says it all. If an attacker gets control of your pipeline, they don't just have a piece of your system. They have everything. It is quite literally game over. Right, so here's the big mindset shift we all need to make. We've got to stop thinking of the pipeline as just some simple developer tool. It's not. It is a core piece of your production infrastructure. It carries the same level of importance as your production servers and databases, and it absolutely needs to be defended just as aggressively. Okay, so what is it about this digital factory that makes it such a juicy target for attackers? I mean, why is it literally considered the keys to the kingdom? Let's get into it. Well, it really boils down to these three pillars of, absolute power. First, the pipeline can see all your source code, your company's secret sauce. Second, it handles all the secrets, your API keys, database passwords, cloud credentials, the whole shebang. And number three, and this is the big one, it holds the ultimate permission, the authority to push new code directly into your live production environment. It's an attacker's dream come true. All right, so we get why it's a target. Now let's talk about how it gets attacked. Every fortress has its weak spots, its little cracks in the foundation, and the CI/CD pipeline is no different. Let's see how the attackers find them. So imagine you're an attacker. You could be posing as a developer, a system admin, maybe even some automated process. You're looking for the path of least resistance, right? So where do you strike first? Well, they go straight for these unlocked gates. Think about it. Exposed secrets just sitting in your code, that's like leaving the keys right under the doormat. Compromised build agents, those are basically inside spies working for the other side. And malicious dependencies, oh man, that's like letting a saboteur walk right onto your assembly line pretending to be a regular worker. Each and every one of these is a direct path to a full-on compromise. Okay, enough doom and gloom, right? Let's talk about solutions. How do we actually fix this? We're going to start by fortifying the main gates. That means controlling who gets in and how we handle all those super sensitive secrets. Now, some of this might sound like Security 101, but I promise you it is absolutely crucial in this context. We're talking strong passwords and multi-factor authentication for everyone, no exceptions. We've got to use role-based access control, or RBAC, to make sure, a junior dev can't accidentally deploy to production. And that last point, so important. Not everyone in the company needs the power to deploy. And this all leads to probably the single most important concept in all of pipeline security, the principle of least privilege. The goal is so simple, but so powerful. You give any person or any process only the bare minimum permissions they need to do their job, and nothing more. The contrast here is just, it's stark, right? One side is a total recipe for disaster, and the other is the bedrock of strong security. And when it comes to secrets, listen up, because these are the non-negotiable rules. Rule 1, get them out of your code. Put them in a dedicated secrets manager like Vault or a Cloud KMS. 2, only inject them into the process right when they're needed at runtime. 3, you have to triple check that they are never, ever, ever printed in your build logs. And finally, and I really can't stress this enough, never hard code secrets in your source code. Just don't do it. All right, so the gates are secure. Now it's time to go inside the factory and lock down the assembly line itself. What does that mean? It means securing the build runners that do all the heavy lifting and vetting the raw materials, which in our case are the software dependencies. Your build runners, you can think of them as the hands of the factory. And if one of those hands gets compromised, it can infect everything it touches. So what do? We keep them isolated from each other. We make them ephemeral. That's a fancy word for short-lived. They're created for a single job and then poof, they're completely destroyed. This gives attackers no place to hide, no persistent foothold. We also lock down their network access, and of course, just like any other server, we keep them patched and up to date. And what about your software supply chain? Securing that is basically like running quality control on all the ingredients for your code. First, you lock your dependency versions. That way, they can't change out from under you. Second, you scan everything you pull in for known security holes. And third, you only get your packages from trusted, verified sources. So we've gone through a bunch of tactics. Now let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture, the overall strategy, the defender's mindset. And a huge part of that mindset is knowing what not to do. So let's run through the most common mistakes that just leave the gates wide open. First up, public enemy number 1, hard-coded secrets. A secret in your code is not a secret. It's basically a public announcement for any attacker who's looking. Next on the list, overprivileged runners. Giving a build agent admin access to your entire cloud, that's like handing a skeleton key to a total stranger. It is a massive and totally unnecessary risk. And the last big no-no, unrestricted production deploys. Letting anyone and everyone push to production is like firing all the safety inspectors on the assembly line. You're just bypassing every single check and balance you've worked so hard to build. So the goal is to swap out all those bad habits with these core principles. This is the playbook. You treat the pipeline like it's a production asset. You are aggressive, almost paranoid about securing credentials. You isolate everything, runners, environments, you name it. You automate your security checks to find problems fast, and I mean fail fast. And finally, you log and audit everything. So if something bad does happen, you have a trail to follow.
And really, all of this we've been talking about, it rolls up into one big philosophy, DevSecOps. It's not about bolting on security at the very end. It's about weaving security into every single step of your automated pipeline, right from the very first line of code. It's about making security everyone's job.
And that brings us to one last, really important question. Right now, as you're watching this, your digital factory is running. It's building code, it's deploying it. So take a second and really ask yourself, do you actually know who holds the keys?